Hey teachers, this is Noah Goldman. I teach 10th grade math at El Primero, and I'd like to show you a tool that's been super helpful for me. It's called Edcite, and it's been great for making warm-ups, assignments, test projects, you name it. But in addition to that, it's also got a great library of their own stuff, and it lets you see what your students are doing in real time. So, you know if they're goofing off or not, right? Um, Best of all, completely free for teachers, which is a major plus. Um, so yeah, in this video, I just like to show you how I use Edcite to make scaffolded assignments, how to set it up, how to create your own assignments, and how to post them for students on your Google Classroom. So one thing I've been using Edcite for is showing my students how to write proofs with some scaffolded assignments. So first I had them read a document that I'd written called How to Write an Excellent Proof, and Edcite let me just embed the Google Doc directly in the assignment. And then, I asked some reading questions, right? And then I had them actually start to tackle a proof. And one good practice when you're writing a proof is to identify the givens, right? Givens are information that's included in the problem. But, just saying identify the information that's included in the problem to a student, like they're just going to think, well, why don't I just copy the whole problem? So in order to kind of break down what a given looks like, I scaffolded it by having them do a drag and drop thing where they could basically drag statements into categories according to whether or not they were given by the problem. And that way it kind of show them what a given is without, requiring them to spend a bunch of time going, what, So that was pretty helpful on Edcite's part. Now let me show you how to set up Edcite. So to start, let's head to edcite.com. And we'll log in as a teacher using our DCP Google account. And let's pretend that this is my first time using Edcite. What we'll want to do is import students from our Google Classroom. So from the Edcite homepage, we click on Create New Class on the top right. Okay. Then we go to Import from Google Classroom. You may have to grant Edcite permissions. I've already granted those, so that didn't pop up for me. Then you'll want to check the box next to the class that you want to import. I'm going to check a box next to a fake class called Intro to Chilling the Frick Out, which is a class I think a lot of people need to take. And then you click Import Classes. Boom, imported. All right, now that we have students, we can give them some homework. So if you mouse over assignments, you'll see that there's a couple of different options. One of them is library, and that's a great place to go if you want something that's ready-made. They have a lot of Common Core aligned stuff in there. I'm a bit of a snob, I like to make my own assignments. So I'm gonna click on Create Assignment. Okay, and let's add a name and description. All right, and then you'll want to manually save pretty often because, I think Edcite has an autosave feature, but I've found it to be unreliable. So you'll want to save as if you were using Microsoft Word or something. And now let's add a question to our assignment. So you click on Create New under Add Question, and you'll see a bunch of different question types pop up, and there are a ton of question types, right? They've got multimedia matching, right? They've got you can enter things in a math keyboard. They've got essay response. They've got drawn and images, right? Drawn an image, excuse me. Plenty of options. For now, we're going to choose grouping drag and drop, just like the one that I did in my proof assignment, and let's hit create question. Okay, and suppose that the thing we want students to do is sort day-to-day activities into chill and not chill, right? So there's some activities that are chill and there's some things that are not chill. Okay. Okay, and let's add some correct answers here. So going surfing, that's a chill activity. You know, listening to reggae, that's pretty chill. Making a bologna sandwich with mother, that's a pretty chill thing people do, right? And then things that aren't chill, wearing work clothes to the beach, making Edcite screencasts in your spare time, and calling customer support. All right, and just let's add a distractor, right? Just something that's neither. So let's add the name of a 20th century philosopher. And this will let you choose how you want the question to be scored. I'm going to do additive without negation. That's by clicking on the gears, how you get here, by the way. And if you want students to be able to reuse answer choices, you can click here. I'm not going to. And let's make this worth 8 points. Okay. So once we're done, it's good practice to preview the assignment from the student's perspective. Oh, and give the question a name, right? Save. And if you want to preview this from the student's perspective, you click on preview. And this will show you what it looks like from the student's side. So drag and drop. All right. And let's suppose that I do something wrong like that. Oops, I guess I got a lot wrong. But there you go. That'll show you your answers instantly. Now that we've made our assignment, we'll actually want to assign it to students on Google Classroom. There are two ways of doing this. One of them is faster and one of them is more flexible. We'll get to that when we get to it, though. The first thing we'll want to do is head to settings, regardless of which method we're using. So click the gear, click on open all settings, and we want to enable require sign-in for quick links. The reason we want to enable this is because it'll make the student sign in, and that'll make sure that we don't get any assignments that have, no name on it, right? Save changes, and then we click on active to set the assignment to active. It won't let us assign it otherwise. And then we click, you guessed it, assign. Okay. Check the box next to the class you want to assign it to. Set a start date. Now is fine. Set a due date. I'll make it Friday at 9 p.m. because I like making things due at 9 p.m. And here's where you have a choice of method. Okay. The fast method is to just check assign to Google Classroom and then hit assign. Now the thing about this method, Edcite will immediately post the assignment for you. First couple times you do it, you might need to enable some permissions. And that's great if you're in a hurry, but it's not very flexible. If you want to modify the assignment at all, if you want to write a description for it on Google Classroom, change the point values, add other attachments, you'll have to do it in every Google class manually when you use the fast method after the assignment's been posted. And that can be kind of tedious. So if you're not in a hurry, I recommend the flexible method. So just like with the fast method, you click assign, but you don't check this box. Okay, so that has been assigned. And now we go to Manage Assignment by code. And then we're going to click on Want a Link to copy that link, copy a link to the assignment to the clipboard. Then we go to our Google Classroom. Okay, open up our very real class. And then we create our assignment. And we can just attach it just like a regular link. Then we can, give it a special description, right? We can put it in the topic that we want to put it in, and so on. So that's how you get Edcite set up, make an assignment, post it to Google Classroom. Super easy, super helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always happy to talk about Edcite. Thanks for watching.